Hey there, Virgo. Welcome, to your reading for the week of August 1st. We're just going to... what's going on here, Virgo? I have no clue. Okay, that works. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we're going to see what is going on for you at this time. And I don't read reversals, but apparently that was reversed. We will keep it in mind, but... I'm just going to do a Celtic cross this week because I just got my setup back, and as you can see, there's already technical difficulties, so I'm glad that I didn't jump right in. You start off with the Ace of Swords. You have two aces here, which is very nice. I feel that there could be like a lot of success coming in for you. I like two aces, especially having the Ace of Pentacles, because the Ace of Pentacles is like an opportunity, or some sort of opportunity to do something that you want to do, something that could really help you. So I kind of feel there could be some opportunities. I'm pretty sure in like one of your more recent readings, there was something about like the truth coming out, but it's more like your truth, the things that you want to like truly do with your life instead of, and I think a lot of this has to do with your identity just based off of what's coming up here. I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently in a recent reading. And again, I get the same type of feeling here where it's like, maybe you have some sort of career and you identify as a career and you're like, wait a minute, I don't want to identify as a career. I want to identify, as myself. I want to be whatever I want to be, right? And so I feel for a lot of you, there is a victory in kind of living that truth. Your crossing energy is the Four of Cups. And so the Four of Cups is like, how do I get there? He's manifesting these cups in front of him, but it's not, they don't look exactly like what he wants. He's not perfectly getting everything he wants, but he is manifesting something. And I keep encouraging people with the Four Cups that, I really feel the Four Cups over these past few months has more been saying, you are manifesting things, you are getting the things you need, it just doesn't maybe look like it. I've been saying to pretty much everyone that it's almost like if you were trying to manifest a cake, you're getting the flour, the sugar, the eggs, you're getting all the ingredients, you're not getting, exactly what you want. And I kind of feel like realizing that is the thing that will make us the most successful. You have the Seven of Cups coming up in the area of your thoughts. It did come up in reverse. And the interesting thing that I will say is that, based off the astrology, especially for you, because you're an Earth sign, on August 1st, the North Node, Mars, and Uranus will all be at 18 degrees of Taurus. 18 degrees is the degree of the devil. And some of you might be saying, the devil, that sounds terrible. And I would say that really, I think, there could, to me, there could be some things being exposed, which I've been talking about for a very long time. But again, it could expose things in your personal life, which I would say is actually a good thing. Because again, what's being exposed is your own inner truth, what you truly want to be doing. So whatever happens on the 1st or after the 1st, shortly after the 1st this week, basically, there could be some things that happen, but again, I feel like it's leading you to what you truly want. The other thing that I would say about this astrology, all those planets basically right on top of each other at 18 degrees, or I should say the two planets in the North Node, is that, I would be super flexible. In the readings I've been doing for the past, I don't know, like month, basically, I keep getting the Knight of Wands. You don't have the Knight of Wands here. But I've been getting this message about needing to be spontaneous and not needing to make sure that you're not like, coming up with some sort of idea and only seeing one way of doing it. Seven of Cups says, there's like a million ways to do anything that you want. And it's come up for pretty much everyone. But again, I think that it has to do with the astrology. That astrology to me, when you think about it, Uranus, fixed sign, Taurus, fixed sign, fixed energy, and you are a Virgo, but it doesn't matter, that Earth energy is going to affect you very strongly. So I would be careful, like I said, of those things, like thinking that things need to go this like fixed direction. If I think it's more important to be more flexible, kind of like the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, she just goes for what she wants. She's extremely bold and assertive. She really sticks up for herself, but she also is very sure of herself. She doesn't need things to be a certain way, and she's not afraid to be different. She has this black cat right here, and the black cat in the times of tarot was considered to be very unlucky, but she doesn't care. She just likes her cat. She just likes the cat that she has, and that's why she has it. She doesn't care what anyone thinks, right? So I think that's like the most important lesson right now for you with the Queen of Wands. is I feel your solid foundation is going to be the fact that you don't care how you accomplish something. And again, we're not talking about doing things like breaking the law or anything like that, but it's like maybe you have an idea to start a YouTube channel, but you end up starting a podcast, and it's like one of those things. I think the challenge here, and I think this is true again for the collective, is that I feel the energy of I feel like a lot of us have maybe, told people in our life, oh, I'm going to start this YouTube channel, or I'm going to start this business, or I'm going to get into this relationship. And then when we change direction, I don't know if you've ever had an experience where it's like you change and people are like, I thought you were going to do this. It's almost like people get mad that you change your mind, right? Like you're not allowed to change your mind. And I kind of feel that for you, Virgo. That's why I'm saying that here in this reading. But I'm telling you that you're allowed to change your mind. And I don't think you're really changing your mind. I feel like you're just evolving or doing things differently. In the past, you have the King of Cups. I kind of feel like you're moving past an emotional energy. The King of Cups, he has very deep emotions. He's also very stable emotionally. He is sitting in the middle of the ocean and he's sitting in choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine where he is. He's not worried. You can see the look on his face. He looks perfectly fine. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be making some changes right now. And I feel like these are positive changes. But what I would say is that I feel like you're kind of moving past an emotional time. I don't necessarily see this as a bad thing. In the area of the near future, you have the Chariot, so definitely a victory coming in for you. A lot of people have been getting the Chariot lately as well, like just this week. So, clearly there's some victory winning energy. Ace of Swords, Chariot, definitely a victory, definitely a win for you, Virgo. So I feel like there could be some wins coming in for you. Again, what I would say is that these two Sphinxes right here, they represent a mystery. They also kind of represent the universe. If you notice, they're not attached to the Chariot itself. They have no reins, but they are guiding him. And they're both facing opposite directions. You can see that both of those Sphinxes are kind of going in opposite directions here. They both also have their tail in their paw. If you can see that, it's kind of hard to see. But they both are holding on to their tails, and it represents the fact that they have a good handle on his past. It's basically the universe understands where you have come from, and now you're being guided forward. But there are two paths. It basically says, if one way doesn't work, try another way. Try something new, which I've pretty much been saying to everybody, like I said, but the energy is what the energy is. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Magician. Manifestation on steroids. I feel like you're manifesting things very, very quickly. Again, you and Pisces, you're opposite signs, but you both get very similar readings, and I feel like you both kind of pretty much are great manifestors, so I would definitely use your powers of manifestation to get the things you want. Another sign, symbol, whatever you want to call it, that you have multiple tools. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot, so it's like he doesn't just need to use one thing to make something happen. And if we go like this, sorry, wrong camera. If we go like this diagonal, Seven of Cups, like many ways of doing things. Chariot, at least two ways of doing things. To the Magician, many ways of doing things, right? I'm also going to, I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing to, and here you go. Can't make this stuff up. You have the Raven Spirit here, and it just says truth on it. Again, I feel like you are manifesting your inner truth. You're kind of like doing something that you have always wanted to do. This has come up for you for months, that some of you could really, I wouldn't really call it a second chance necessarily, although I do kind of get those second chance vibes where it's like if you've been trying to do something, have an experience, start a business, whatever it is, then I feel like you are kind of, again, I don't think I really don't feel it's a second chance. Maybe you've just been thinking about it for a long time. That's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up on, is kind of the gestation period where you're thinking about it, you're forming it in your mind. Again, I'm a big fan of doing that. I would just say with the astrology, I would try to be more flexible with your vision. It's like, I think it's good to have the goal, but be flexible with how you get there, right? Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Two of Wands. This could be love and otherwise. I feel like you could be kind of really, connecting with a lot of people here with this Two of Wands. Sorry, I didn't even, I'm such an amateur. It's my first day here, Virgo. But anyway, I feel like you could be connecting with a lot of people from a distance. So some of you, I'm definitely getting like the long distance vibes here. And I'm not talking about love necessarily, but I feel like you could be meeting friends from a distance. You could also be connecting with people in business or work or something along those lines. And again, I feel like that'll be very beneficial for you if you happen to be connecting with people from a distance, like I said. So I kind of feel that with this Two of Wands energy. For others, I feel like you're kind of like getting out into the world. He's basically seeing everything that there is to see. That's the whole point of this card. But he has a whole world in his hand. So really, he thinks that he's seeing everything that he needs to see, but there's like more because he has that whole world in his hands. So it's kind of about opening up to a new world. Next in the area of your future feelings, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I love the Ace of Pentacles, especially right now. There's this garden in the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and the garden represents something that needs to be worked on. So I kind of feel you're opening up to this new, reality. For a lot of you, I'm pretty sure I've told you this before, Virgo. I see you like an onion, It's like I feel like there are many layers to the changes that you're making right now. So again, number one, don't be afraid to change your mind. It's like I change your mind. I change my mind all the time, right? I change my mind about things that I've said years ago all the time, and I'm not afraid of it either. Because, it's like there seems to be this belief that exists that, it's like I'm sure you've seen it on social media and things like that. When people change their mind, they're like, what, you said this years ago? You believed this years ago, so now you're stuck to those beliefs. And it's like, no, we're humans. We're allowed to change. We're allowed to change our mind about things. And I really feel like you need to hear that here with this reading. And it's okay. It's like you're going through this evolution process. So even if you've said things publicly and people are like, oh my God, you years ago you said this, it's like, oh yeah, and I changed my mind. I feel like you need to have that Queen of Wands, bold confidence, And again, I feel like we need more of that. And finally, you have the Star card, and this is coming up in your outcome position. Love it. I feel like you are a star here, Virgo. So some of you definitely could be getting a lot of attention, especially with that Two Wands in the area of your closest relationships. This is like taking a lead or, becoming a leader, basically. So, people could really be looking up to you. You could just be getting positive attention. The other thing I would say is that this is just really good for you in general. It's a card of resting and relaxing, taking time for yourself. So if you need some R&R or if you need to take care of yourself or anything like that, definitely a very good card for you. And I definitely like where it's going, but I feel like you're kind of like a star at this time. Again, I knew something wasn't right here as well. This feels all off today, Virgo. It's one of those days. All right, let's clarify. With the Ace of Swords and the Four Cups, you have the Temperance card. Again, exactly what I'm saying. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. Card of alchemy. It's like I feel like if one thing doesn't work, I think the danger this week is being too fixed. Being like, no, this relationship has to work this way. This business has to work this way. This idea has to work this way. The people who are going to be ridiculously successful at this time are the ones that are going to be like, oh, I'll just do this other thing. I'll just try something different. I'll just do this in a different way. And, again, I feel like the more kind of flexible you can be, the better right now. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Strength card. Yeah, I do feel like you need to be patient. I feel, again, that you've been working towards something for a long time. Again, I get that, like, gestation period type of energy off, kind of off the whole reading, honestly, but definitely that Seven of Cups, but it's like an onion. Like I said, I feel like you are like peeling back the layers. It's almost like you're trying to perfect something. And again, the Strength card is a card of patience, but really, it's kind of a card of doing something every single day. It's a card of like a daily practice. So, again, I feel like you've just been working on something mentally, for a long time, trying to process something. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. Definitely don't give up. Another card of experimentation. The Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, I feel it's a good time, or would be a good time for you to experiment, try new things, try to do things differently, like I said, all that other good stuff. So that's what I would do there. With the Chariot, you have the Eight of Wands. Love it. Quick success, and another really good card for socializing. I would say that if you have a business, if you have a job that is like more public facing, let's put it that way. If you have a career that's more public facing, really good energy for kind of socializing, networking, getting out there, all those things. But Eight of Wands is quick success. Also moving. Some of you could be moving. It doesn't have to be the move of a home either. Some of you, this could be like maybe you're changing jobs or you're moving your business or something along those lines. So I see a lot of success there. I'm cheating a little bit because, again, I'm a big fan for you and Leo, like your part of the sky in the astrology. I'm just a big fan of, any type of change for you two, but also for you. I'm reading for you here, Virgo, but I'm a big fan of changes any types of changes like that, like a change in environment, probably lead to, more success, more growth, all those other things. With the Magician, you have the Sun. Love it. So definitely a lot of attention. Like I said, a lot of happiness, a lot of good things coming in for you over the next few months with the Magician and the Sun. So I feel like there's a lot of attention. I would definitely focus on fun as well with the Sun. It's like if you have a business, and like I said, this is what I mean by being flexible, right? It's like if you have a business and you're doing things and it's like hard and it's exhausting you, then probably not a good idea. There's probably a way that you could do things that are easier, and maybe not necessarily easier either. It could be actually harder work, but better for you. It could be more entertaining for you. It could be, there are plenty of examples. I stopped doing them for some reason, but when I was doing 2-part readings, for whatever reason, it was easier for me. It was more work, but it was easier. And so again, I feel like there are situations where, there could be something that's like more work, but maybe it's more fun. And when things are fun, it fulfills you, it gives you energy back from what you're doing. And that's kind of like what I feel here. With the 2 of Wands, you have the 5 of Swords. I would take a risk here with the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords could represent past, in this position could represent past separations. So I do feel like some of you could be thinking about past separations. I almost get this, more boiling energy, but I'm not so sure that's, in a bad way. It's like, I feel a certain sense of rising confidence, and for whatever reason, I feel like this has to do with either a past breakup or past breakups in general, and maybe you're realizing what these breakups have taught you or something. I feel like it's leading to some sort of change. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Every single person has had the Wheel of Fortune this week. Again, we are in a time of great change. Doesn't really surprise me. But clearly, your future feelings, you are feeling like your fortunes have changed. So, love it. And with the Star, you have the Ace of Pentacles. There you go. The Ace of Pentacles is amazing. Like I said, card of opportunity. The other thing is that she has these ripples. I'll show you over here. She has these ripples in her pool there, in the pool of water. That is the pool of universal consciousness. And she, sometimes I feel like this is something that maybe you have sent out into the universe. You have told the universe, I want this, I want that, I want to create something. So I kind of feel that, number one, definitely a glow-up reading. Whenever I have the Sun and the Star together, to me, that's fame and fortune, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. Are you kidding me? But it doesn't necessarily mean you will become famous. But again, it could mean, I look at this as getting a lot of positive attention. Let's put it that way. This could be in love or otherwise. And the Ace of Pentacles is like an opportunity. So I would grab onto opportunities that come your way. I see a lot of big opportunities coming in for you, but it's definitely one of the best readings I've done for you in a while. I feel a very positive outcome. Kind of gives me those glow-up vibes because of that Star and the Sun. But definitely very positive. So, love it. Thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.